Last in Line with Starmaker. This is a CVT guitar lesson going out to my buddy Jason. And dude, this song, I hadn't heard it until you had requested me to do this, or asked me to do this as a CVT lesson. 3/4 of Ronnie Dio's band: Vivian Campbell, Jimmy Bain, and Vinny Appice. And the singer, I'm not sure, but the dude's got some pipes. This song, like I was saying, I can't get it out of my head. It is that catchy. This is the Vivian of old with a little bit of, you can hear some of the Def Leppard songwriting techniques with some of these little chordings. Beautiful song. This is killer. Tune flat for this. It's got like a vibe effect. There's a wah-wah pedal in the solo. I'm sorry, dude, my wah-wah pedal is packed up. I've tore through this place for it, but he's only using it in the solo in parts. So section 1 comes in at 2 seconds into the song. I did mention everything's tuned a half step down. Basically, here's what's happening. That's section 1. Now, when you listen to it, you're gonna think, oh, well, he's just playing that 3 times, but I want to get every little part right. So, the second time he doesn't slide, and there's a few different spots where Vivian is palm muting and where he's not. So they are very similar though. Alright, so 5A, slide to 7. I'd use third finger. Back to 5A. So, now everything else I tell you is palm muted. 7, 5 on the E and A. So we have, and then go 7, 5, 7, 5 on the E. So, and then 3, 5, 3, 0, 3, 0 on the E, which would be, so palm or pinch harmonic on 5A, half step bend to 7E, and then check this out. You'll remember this because it's similar to what we just did. Everything here is palm muted. 7 5A, 7 5EA. So we have 7 5 7 5 on the E, 3 5 3 0 on the E, and then pinch harmonic 3rd fret E vibrato. Okay, section 2 comes in at 8 seconds, and this is, you know, like I was saying earlier, sounds just like section 1. There's a few little differences right from the gate, which is no palm muting here. 7 5A, 7 5EA. But the rest of this is palm muted. So it sounds like this. It's 99% the same. So you end up doing the 7 5 7 5 3 5 3 open 3 open 5A 7E 7 5A 7 5EA 7 5 7 5 3 5 3 open. All that stuff is palm muted, and note for note it's the same as section 1. All right, minus the pinch harmonic in section 1 where it goes. That's not in here either. So that goes 3 times, okay, of section 2. Or Vivian comes in on the 11th fret of the G with a half step, real exaggerated bend with the wah-wah pedal, vibrato. You know, you would just, I don't know. It's your choice, but I wanted to put that in there. So if you're gonna add that, you would go 2 times of section 2, and then the 3rd time would just be that bend. All right. Moving on. Section 3 at 21 seconds in, we'll have open 7 9 EAD, and then he gets into some more of a cleaner tone going on here. That rings out. This is the verse. Natural harmonics 12 EBG. Okay, that's at 21 seconds. So the next thing is 34 seconds. So you can see it's a 13-second part, just those natural harmonics with the power chord. This part, brilliant work by Vivian Campbell. I was just blown away, man. I could see, Jason, why you were like, dude, you got to hear this whole song. This reminds me of John Mayer. I may be out on a limb on this and the only one that thinks that way, but it sounds like John Mayer. So we have... Oops. All right, very tasty. Little pieces of chords here. We're gonna go 7D, slide to 9 with the middle finger, and then 8B, first finger. Let them ring together. So, got 2 notes ringing. Then pick the 9D, you're already there. Slide it back to 7, and then go 7B. You can experiment with fingering, but I wrote it down the way I'm playing it here. And then 7, slide to 5 on the D, into the 5B. So basically you have this. Oops. Our first one. Pick the 5, slide to 4 on the D, and then go 3B. They're just pieces of chords. And then 4D, slide to 5, back to the 5B. So we've got this going on. Okay? And then 5D, 5B, you're already there because remember we finished with. And what I would do, Jason, is take the pick and your middle finger. The pick will do the D string, your middle finger will do the B. So we're string skipping here. And we're gonna pluck, you're gonna pick down and pluck up. Try to get your volumes even. Slide it up to 7 and slide it back to 5. And that's it for, not the song, but for page 1. Section 4 at 46 seconds. Man, I'm telling you, every single riff in this song is killer. Great job, Vivian Campbell. Okay? So check it out. A lot of power chord stuff here. Open 2 EA. I call this the Rockin chord, but 2E 5A. 3 5. Open 2 AD. And then grab the 2A. You're gonna pick, pull off to an open, and then go 3E vibrato. And then the same thing, but drop it down to the A and D string. Except, you're going to be going open 2, 2 5, 3 5, 5 7, and jumping up to 8 10 on the A and D, slide it to 7 9, and then strum the 8 10. It's got almost it's just old school kind of a Dio vibe here. Sabbath Dio. So. You start it over. Or do we start it over? Let me see. Yeah, we start it over. After the vibrato on 3E, go open 2, 2 4, 3 5. That's how he ends it leading into the chorus. Quick rest there, just karate chop. And then, section 5, 58 seconds in. He is using a slide bar in this, but it's not the main part. So this is the primary rhythm underneath of it. Open E, 2 2 AD barred, 4G, and 5B. Just strum them. Open 3 on the E vibrato. Okay, so let's break that down. Okay. So, open 3 after this chord with the vibrato, open 2 AD, 1 3 EA, back to open 2, 3 E half step bend into open 2 AD, and then this part reminds me of a Phil Collins kind of Def Leppard, Steve Clark type thing. Bar the 3rd fret on the D string all the way down and go pinky 6B. Now it's tricky because you don't want that pinky to mute the high E because our strings are D, E, B. Alright, so triple digit up here, man. I think it's screwing with my tuning. Okay, so that's the toughest part on that, I think, is that chord. That's it for that part. It does go 2 times of all that. That's the Starmaker, the chorus. Repeat section 2, and then 136. We've got this going on. In V, you'll see in your tabs, just neck vibrato. It's a technique some guitar players use, like you'll go. That type of thing. You can use a whammy bar if you want, but you can see Vivian doing that with the neck. And then this is this got some overdubs. It goes into clean, or somewhat clean, and you'll hear this bringing on the heartbreak kind of vibe. But like I said, there's multiple guitars going on. 4G, 5B, 4G. Hold them down. Go. Oops. Alright, so all you gotta do off of that is add the middle to 5D and go DG, BG. Say that fast 3 times. DG, BG. Again. Quick rest. 2G, 5B, 2G. Then into some of these John Mayer things again. 7D, slide to 9. 8B. And you know, they're ringing together. 9, slide to 7. To 7B. So we have. And this next one, I think, is a thing of beauty. It doesn't sound like the Vivian of old at all. He goes. You're going to pick 7D, hammer 9, hammer 10, and then instantly bar down so you can pick the 10B, but that 10D should still be ringing. Experiment with fingerings. I'm almost liking that way, which is different from how I wrote it. It's killer, man. 8 on the B, 9 on the G. Hold them down together. Rest again. Then slide up a whole step. Then slide back. So and then to finish this beautiful section, 9A, 7G. Pick the 9, pluck the G with, I would use middle finger. So 2 times. The A travels a half step, the G travels a whole step, so you wind up having to split that to 10A and 9G. But notice you can hear even volumes. Aim for that. Repeat section 4, section 5, then our next part coming in is section 7 at 237. And here's what it is, and I'm gonna have to flip the page, I think. It goes. Oh wait, no, I can just look to the 3rd page here. Yeah. Heavy, huh? Palm mute the open E twice, goes 7A. And palm mute the open E once. Okay, now here's the concept. 5A, open E, palm mute. 7A, open E, palm mute. So we have, kind of sounds like Striper a little bit. 5D, quarter step bend. You don't even have to put it in there, but it's in there. If you do a half step, that's fine too. Palm mute, open E, and then 7A, palm mute, open E. And then open D, do a series, it's a fast trill to the 2nd fret. Pick, hammer, pull, hammer, pull, hammer, pull. Into the 3E. Try not to overanalyze it. If you're quick, Jason, with your hammer pulls, then it should just naturally happen for you. If you have to count it, that's cool too. And then start it over, up to here. Up to right before where you would do the 5D bend, and then in place of that, we're doing all power chords. 3-5, AD, 2-4, 3-5, 5-7 rest, 2-4. It sounds like this as far as in rhythm. Oops. That's that section. It does it 2 times, and then the guitar solo. It's a couple, and they're both very cool. Comes in at 250, and you start with the double stop, barred 5th fret, G and B. I'll play a little chunk of it. So when you do those, take your thumb up here, I would, and anchor it, and bend the strings down. And then palm mute 7-5 on the D, and then pick the 7D again without palm muting. 5D quick, and then pinch 5D, 5-3A to 5E. So you have, wait, let's do that again. Vibrato. Okay, this is cool too. Palm mute the 5E, 3A, and then palm mute the 5E again. So it's jump up to 5A with the first finger, and then 7 palm mute. So it's